And we are live. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream tonight as we've got an Atlantic Division battle coming your way. Very important 2 points on the line as the Florida Panthers visit the Toronto Maple Leafs, and this should be a good one. Fun game between these two. Florida has been playing a little bit better recently and are trying to pull themselves back into the wild card race in the Eastern Conference right now. Just 4 points back of the Islanders and Penguins, who are tied at 50 points. Obviously, Toronto has been one of the better teams in the Eastern Conference in the NHL as a whole this year. 59 points on the season for the Leafs, but big divisional game here with an important win. Gonna end up going to one of these two teams, and it should be a good game and a hard-fought game tonight between these two. So welcome in, everybody. Thank you guys all so much for being here. It's good to see you guys here in the chat. I'm going to get the poll up so you guys can get your votes in on who you think is going to win this one. The Panthers are on the road. Sergei Bobrovsky starts for them. He played yesterday as well, and he's playing again here tonight as the Panthers are needing Bobrovsky to be at his best. He has won 4 out of his last 5 starts. Meanwhile, the Maple Leafs home ice tonight. Matt Murray expected to be in goal for the Leafs tonight, so big home game chance here for them, and Murray in the net for the Leafs. So polls up in the chat. You guys can get your votes in. Let me know who you guys think is going to take the 2 points here in this one, but hopefully it's a great game. We've got Robert, Austin, NFL fan, Heather, Kyle, Mr. C, Brendan, Paul, Aiden, Joey, Bruce, Luis. What is going on? Welcome. Thank you guys all so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Awesome to see you in the chat tonight. And let's see, we got Logan, Seth as well. Thank you guys all for coming by. We're getting ready for puck drop. This should be a good divisional game here tonight, and we're going to see if Florida, who has been playing better recently, can keep that going. Florida's won their last 2 games. They picked up a big win over Buffalo yesterday, and they're obviously trying to roll that momentum into tonight as well. Toronto, they've lost a couple in a row now. They're just 5-4-1 in their last 10. It certainly hasn't been their strongest point of the season, but overall they still have 26 wins and 59 points. I mean, the Leafs are in a very good spot right now, second place in the Atlantic Division. So it's going to be a big battle and a tough game here for the Panthers up into Toronto, but they're going to be desperate for the 2 points as they try and pull themselves back into playoff consideration. But what's going on? Isaac, welcome in. Jeremiah, welcome in. James, good to see you in the chat. Thank you guys for coming by. Gretchen, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. So we'll see how Sergei Bobrovsky looks tonight, starting his second game in, the last 2 days. So you don't see that a lot anymore with NHL goalies. Usually one goalie takes, if you have a back-to-back, usually one goalie takes the first game and then the other goalie takes the second game. But with Spencer Knight out injured, the Panthers obviously don't have a lot of faith in their call-up from the AHL, so Bobrovsky's going again tonight. BC Transportation, what's going on? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Yeah, the Kachucks are fun to watch, Bruce. They're 2 of the most entertaining players in the league, and we get Matthew here tonight, and then tomorrow I'll be doing the Penguins and Senators game, so we'll see Brady tomorrow night on the channel. Not surprising, Isaac. What's going on, Aries? Welcome in. Good to see you in the chat. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. George, what's going on? Thanks for coming by. Yes, Bruce. Keith Tkachuk played in the NHL for a long, long time. Very physical power forward. Scored a lot of points in his career and also racked up plenty of penalty minutes as well. Keith Tkachuk was a lot of fun to watch when he played. He ended up playing over 1,200 games in the NHL, had 1,065 career points, as well as 2,219 penalty minutes. So, Tkachuk was a lot of fun. Old man Tkachuk was a lot of fun to watch. He started his career in Winnipeg, played for the Coyotes, played for the Blues, as well as a brief stint with the Atlanta Thrashers as well. But he was a really good player for a long time and very physical, power forward as well. Really 90s style hockey, and he's passed that on to his sons, no doubt. Brian, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Yeah, Tkachuk was incredible. Hockey fan, welcome in. Thank you for coming by. All right, so we should be close to dropping the puck here. Probably another few minutes, but we should be getting into the action pretty shortly. And again, this is a big game for Florida, who currently sits 4 points out of a playoff spot. However, a lot of teams do have games in hand on the Panthers, who have already played 45 games. This is 46 tonight, so they still have some catching up to do if they're going to move into a playoff position, because Pittsburgh has games in hand on them. Buffalo has games in hand. Detroit has games in hand. So it's not an ideal situation yet for Florida. And obviously, Toronto is trying to hold pat in that second spot. I mean, Tampa Bay is coming. Tampa's now up to just 2 points back of the Maple Leafs for second place in the Atlantic Division, and they have 2 games in hand. So the Lightning are pushing hard to try and steal Toronto's second place spot right now. Yes, Heather. Looks awesome. Axie, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Aurelia, welcome. Good to see you in the chat. Yes, that is true, Bruce. Yeah, a lot of the big goal scorers don't have the physical element the same way that Ovechkin does. So, as far as active players, absolutely, Ovechkin is by far the most physical of the leading goal scorers. So it looks like we have one last commercial break here, and then we'll be dropping the puck when we get back. And can't wait to see how this one goes tonight. Should be a fun game, and then double header coming up tomorrow night. Gonna have a couple of fun matchups. First, the Penguins and Senators at 7 Eastern time, same time as this game, and then Avalanche and Flames at 9:30 Eastern as well. So a couple of fun matchups tomorrow night, and we'll see how those go. Yes, I did, Isaac, and he certainly looked great yesterday. I was at the Bruins game yesterday. They just absolutely trounced Philadelphia. Like, that wasn't even remotely even close of a game. Philadelphia should have just stayed in the locker room, but that was a fun one to be at. And Zacha and Krejci, Zacha, Pastrnak all had incredible games. Anyway, we are underway here as Tkachuk backhands it through the neutral zone. First period has begun. It's Sergei Bobrovsky versus Matt Murray between the pipes. Leafs dump it in as David Kampf sends it down low. Bobrovsky rims it around the glass, and that's going to deflect up and out of play. We'll get a whistle, and an early offensive zone faceoff coming now for Toronto. Yes, Rick, I did see that. Sometimes, Bruce, I've done 3 or 4 Vegas games this year. They're out west, so I don't watch them as much as the Eastern Conference because their games don't start until 10 o'clock at night. But I've done 3 or 4 Vegas games this year. Around now, Florida with it. Lifted up through the middle. Taken into the offensive zone. Justin Hall will play it. Hall out there with Giordano. Spins off the forecheck of Barkov. Lundell gets in there to help out as well, and Florida's about to steal the puck. Move back to Anton Lundell. Nice pad save there by Murray. And not able to cover up the rebound attempt. Eventually it works back to the sideboards. Around it goes, across, back out to the point. Long shot there. That gets blocked aside. Giordano with it behind the net. Passes it up to Nylander. Nylander's going to shoot that one out of the zone. Bunting will dump it in, and the Leafs get a line change. Around now, behind the net. 18:40 to go in the first. Check the schedule, Matt. Up into the offensive zone. Down it goes in the corner. Played back. Worked out in front. Nice steal by Yarncrook on the back check. Around it goes now. Lifted through the middle. Yarncrook's going to carry out as it's brought up ice. Poked off of his stick, but gotten right back by Tavares. Tavares doesn't do anything with it. Panthers steal and come back the other way. Tkachuk dumps that one in. Bounces off the end boards. And around it goes. Taken to the middle. Here's Carter Verhaeghe with a shot, and he scores! Carter Verhaeghe, just under 2 minutes in, opens the scoring in this one as Florida leads 1-0. And a beautiful shot there from Verhaeghe as he plays it from the sidewall. Able to just work that one to the middle of the ice, right by the face-off circle. Rips one over the shoulder of Murray. And that one is going to give Florida the lead as they go 1-0 up in this one with 18:06 remaining here in period number 1. So we are just underway, and the Panthers already have the lead. Hey, Lucas, what's going on? Welcome in. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate it. Moved up now out to the neutral zone. All the way down. Gudas is going to backhand that one up the wall as the Panthers try and come the other way. Played over the red line. Backhanded in. Down it goes. Back out high. Here's a long shot from Gudas. That's blocked to the corner. Played down low by Liljegren. Moved over. Now it's Aston Reese through the middle. Morgan Riley jumping up into the play. Toronto's in on the attack. Gudas hammers down Riley. But a backdoor goal is Dryden Hunt on the great pass. Is able to somehow redirect that one by the pad of Sergei Bobrovsky. And as Radko Gudas was pasting Morgan Riley to the boards, he gets the pass across. And it bounces off of Hunt and into the net. It's a 1-1 hockey game. The Leafs answer right back. Well, a fast start here in this one as both these teams score early. And Toronto evens this one right back up less than a minute later after surrendering the first goal. We are only 2.5 minutes into this game, and we have a 1-1 hockey game as Dryden Hunt's able to redirect that one in on goal, get it by the pad of Bobrovsky, and the Leafs are right back in the offensive end. Matthews to the point. Long shot attempt there, rips wide. Matthews first on it. Trying to get away from Montour. Poked up the wall and out to the neutral zone. Cleared there by the Panthers. Back the other way. Taken now, Florida trying to dump it back in, but we're going to get a whistle. And we got a penalty call coming up here made by the back official. This must have been somewhat away from the play. But they're calling Brandon Montour here for interference. And that is going to put Toronto on the power play. So, Toronto, having just tied this game, is now going to get a power play opportunity. And Montour knocked down William Nylander there by the red line from behind. And Nylander never touched the puck. So we'll see what Toronto can do here with this power play chance. Earth Citizen, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Brought up now. Matthews through the neutral zone. Into the offensive end. Toronto can get set up on the power play. There's Nylander ripping a shot. That's deflected high up and out of play. Nylander got a good chance from the slot area, but deflects over the glass. We get a whistle and an offensive zone faceoff for the Leafs coming up. Gordon, what's going on? Welcome. Thanks for being here. Good to see you in the chat. Offensive zone draw, one back by Toronto. Marner out high, plays that one to Matthews, top of the circle, looking for a shooting lane. Takes it down low behind the net. Passes back out Nylander, back to Matthews. Matthews has it bounce off his stick, and he's got to corral it back out in the neutral zone. Minute 15 remaining on the power play here. Florida still on the kill. Marner into the offensive zone. Passes over to Bunting. Bunting spins away. Gets it down low. Tavares takes it to the corner. Backhands it up the wall to Matthews. Matthews back to JT. Tavares maintains control here. Passes down low. Michael Bunting behind the net. Looking for a play out in front. They end up working it out high to Marner. Mitch Marner with it, over to Austin Matthews. 45 seconds left on the power play. Matthews with a shot. There, Bobrovsky gets a piece of it. And that's a big save for Sergei Bobrovsky as that's up into the netting. And we'll have another face-off coming up. Still time on the power play here for the Leafs, trying to take the lead. Unknown, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Good to see you. Luca, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Good to see you in the chat. Around now, out high. Played there. Nice shot and a save by Bobrovsky with the blocker. Gudas will clear it all the way down. Behind the net, here's Riley. Back up ice it comes. Over the red line. Into the offensive zone now. Around it goes. Back to the point. Final 10 seconds of the power play. Riley plays it to the middle. Long shot there. Bounces in. And a nice save by Bobrovsky with McMahon in front, providing the traffic. Trying to get into the lane there, but a good job by Bobrovsky to fight through, make that save and cover it. We're just over 5 minutes into this first period. Toronto's got 4 seconds left on the power play. Ozone draw here again. But it's won defensively by Florida to the corner. Forsling and Ekblad out there trying to dig this puck out. Power play is over. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Leafs and Panthers remain 1-1 with 14:42 remaining in the first period. Played now by Aston Reese into the offensive zone. He'll dump that deep as David Kampf gets in on the forecheck. Around it goes. Back up the wall. Played by Liljegren. Toronto has possession as Kampf takes it in the corner. Down for Kerfoot. Kerfoot trying to wrap it in front. Back out over to Riley. Riley to the point. Played there by Liljegren, trying to open up a lane. Skates it down to the corner, then passes back to Morgan Riley. Riley walks the blue line. Plays it back down low. And by the face-off circle, that one's sent wide. Taken by Florida. And puck still bouncing around. Florida trying to dig this one back. It's Ekblad over to Forsling. Panthers going to have a chance to break out. They lift it up and over everybody. Finally get a line change. 13:55 left here in the first as Giordano will play down low behind his net. Taken up. And that one goes all the way into the Florida end where Bobrovsky will play it over to Gudas. Gudas through the middle. That one deflects off of his stick, and Toronto will play it back in their own end as Matt Murray rims it around the boards. Played up to the blue line. Not quite out yet. Now they do get it, and Florida's got to regroup back in neutral ice. Bennett's pass is taken away as he tried to get it into the zone. It's cleared by Matthews on the backhand through the middle. Here's some speed. Offensive zone. Nylander tried to get it over to Bunting but couldn't connect. Now Florida comes back up into the offensive end. Around that one goes. It's played in the corner. And it's cleared out of the zone. Montour goes D to D with Stahl as Brandon Montour now for Florida passes up through the middle of the ice. Backhanded deep. Lusterina will chase in on the forecheck. Cousins in there as well, but Toronto moves the puck quickly. Back out, it's taken and cleared there by Tavares. Panthers regroup and will dump in from the red line. Around it goes. Played in the corner by Ben. Sent up the wall. Leafs not able to get it out, at least not this time. Zach, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. I mean, the Panthers are definitely back in it, BC Transportation. There's still a long way to go this year, but there's certainly still, I would say they have a less than 50% chance of making it because most of the teams around them have games in hand, and they're still not in a playoff spot. Like, they're still 4 points back, and they've already played 45 games. Sherry, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Moved back out in front. Roberto Luongo has been retired from playing now for a few years, but he has a front office position with Florida. We got a shot there. And it's back all the way down. Jay, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Good to see you. Around now in the corner. 11 and a half minutes to go in the first period. I'm watching on ESPN Plus, Matt. That's how I watch most games. Around it goes now. Toronto's going to carry up its Giordano. Spencer Knight is injured, so Alex Lyon is the backup for the Panthers, but Bobrovsky's pretty much starting every game while Knight's out. Jeff, what is going on? Welcome in. We finally get a whistle here. Long stretch of play there without any whistles. We're down to 11:15 remaining in the first, and the score remains 1-1. Buffalo has 3 games in hand on Florida, so very good opportunity for the Sabres to bounce right back over the Panthers eventually in the standings because they've got 3 games in hand. So we'll go to our first commercial break here. 11:02 remaining in period number 1. This game is tied 1-1. A couple of early goals, less than a minute apart. First, it was the Panthers' Carter Verhaeghe scoring first, and then not less than a minute later, the Maple Leafs were able to answer right back as Dryden Hunt was able to redirect a great cross-ice pass from Morgan Riley and put it behind Bobrovsky to tie this game. So Toronto's going to the power play here, hooking call against the Florida Panthers. So for the second time already in this game, Toronto's going to go on the power play. It's going to be Sam Bennett in the penalty box, and when we get back from this commercial, the Leafs will be a man up once again. Blair, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Good to see you in the chat. Austin, day was pretty good. How about yours? Thanks for coming by. Good to see you. Yeah, Buffalo should definitely, they should beat the Blackhawks. That's not a game that you ever want to lose. So it's a big game for Buffalo to try and beat the Blackhawks tonight and possibly flip back over Florida in the standings if Buffalo wins and Florida loses in regulation. Malika, what is going on? Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. I love Krejci, Mr. C. Absolutely. He's a Bruins legend. He's played 1,000 games with the team. One of the most underrated players throughout his entire career. One of the best passers of really his generation from that mid-2000s through the late 2010s. He was one of the better setup guys and really, really underrated because he was always in the shadow of Patrice Bergeron. Brian, what is going on? Welcome. Thanks for coming by. Good to see you. So Tavares is getting ready to take this offensive zone face-off as the Leafs are back to the man advantage here with about 11 minutes to go in the period and trying to get their first lead of the night. Down in the corner now. Nylander first on it. He's going to go to the wall against Forsling, and Flard is able to clear that one all the way down. Good early clear here for the PK of the Panthers. Back to get it now is Marner. Marner's going to carry up over the red line through the middle. Drop pass, played now by Matthews as they look for zone entry across to Tavares. Tavares works it down to the corner, now back to the point. Played there by Marner, long shot, redirection, ends up in the corner. Forsling on it, and he's going to clear that back out to the neutral zone. 35 seconds already gone off of this power play. Leafs trying to carry back in. Here's Marner up to Tavares. Around it goes to JT. Down below the goal line. Cycles it through to Nylander. Nylander now. Shot there. Matthews with a great one-timer, but a pad save by Bobrovsky. Out now. Matthews with it. Holds it the blue line. Back to Marner to Matthews again as they play catch. Now it's down low for Nylander behind the net. He'll play it to the corner. Back out to Marner. 55 seconds left on the power play. Across to Matthews to Marner. Nylander top of the circle. And his attempt for Tavares goes off the end boards as JT has it now in the corner. Tries to pass it to the middle of the ice, but it's stolen away and cleared out there by Florida. Bunting lands a good hit right in front of the bench on Stahl. Both teams get line changes. 30 seconds left on the power play. 9.5 minutes to go here in the first period. Brought up now through the middle. Calle Jarnkrok into the attacking end. Timmins cycles it down low. Engvall gets in on the forecheck. Morgan Riley keeps it in. Plays it down low for Jarnkrok. Final 10 seconds now of the power play. Chance in front there. Shot for McMahon with a golden chance there and an even better save by Bobrovsky. And the power play is over. So close to a goal, but Bobby McMahon with a great opportunity. Couldn't get it by Bobrovsky, and we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. The Panthers kill off another penalty. 8:45 now to go in the first. Game is still tied 1-1. Kelly, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Good to see you in the chat. Florida carries it up now, trying to get it across in the offensive zone. Bennett to Montour. Drop back now for Verhaeghe. He has some trouble with it. Around now, it's lifted over the red line, backhanded in. And Florida gets possession back. Brought up now into the offensive zone. That one gets sent wide, ends up in the corner. Played by Tkachuk as he tries to cycle. That one's poked away. Jarnkrok will take it. It's cleared up to Tavares now, and the Leafs come back the other way as JT dumps it in. Down behind the net. It's played there through to Forsling. Up the boards. Flard is able to clear it out. And Ekblad loses that one behind him in the neutral zone. Tavares carries it right back in. Cuts to the middle. Big save there by Bobrovsky. And now we're going to get another penalty against Florida. 3 straight penalties here against the Panthers. And Toronto is going back to the power play again, as this is going to be a tripping call against Florida with 7:39 to go in the first. We'll head to another commercial break, and when we get back, the Leafs will be right back on the man advantage. So we head to another commercial break here. Thank you guys all so much for watching. It's great to see you in the chat. Appreciate everyone coming by tonight. Please don't forget, it really helps a lot if you can hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't yet. I cover the entire NHL. Fans of all teams are welcome and wanted here. We're just trying to build a hockey community where everybody can come together, enjoy hockey, and have some fun. I mean, well, the big question is if Kane gets moved, because he has a massive salary that almost no teams have the cap space to take on right now. And he also has a full no movement clause in his contract, so he would have to okay any trade that gets made to at all. Like, he has complete say in whether or not he gets traded. So, I mean, if it does happen, it's probably not going to be until close to the trade deadline. There's really not a lot of teams right now that could even make that kind of move with their cap situation. So It's going to be a tough trade deadline this year because so many teams are right up against it as far as the salary cap goes. He may end up getting, just finishing out the year with Chicago and then just leaving as a free agent. Both he and Taves' contracts are up at the end of the year. So if they don't want to get traded mid-season, they can just finish out the year in Chicago and then just leave at the end of the year as a free agent. So who knows what's going to happen with that? I'm not an NHL GM, and right now the only people that do know are the NHL GMs. Wayne, what is going on? Welcome in. Good to see you in the chat. Pablo, thanks for coming by. Wrist Rider, welcome. Thank you for being here. We're back underway. Power play beginning here for Toronto, but Marner not able to hold that one in the zone. It's turned over. Shorthanded breakaway, and a big save by Murray. Rebound, they score! The turnover by Marner results in a shorthanded goal for the Panthers. Murray made the first save, but he had no shot on the rebound. And Anton Lundell puts the Panthers back up by a goal. It was Barkov with the first chance, and Murray made the save on him. But Lundell followed it up and was able to get to the loose puck. And that's going to be a shorty for the Panthers as they take the 2-1 lead. Brought up now over the red line into the offensive zone. Here's Bunting, and we're going to get an interference call now against Toronto. So that is going to be the end of this power play for the Maple Leafs as we're going to go 4-on-4 for the next minute and 34 seconds. Mitch Marner heading off to the penalty box here for interference. And that's going to be the first Toronto penalty of the game. And we'll now have some 4-on-4 action for the next minute and a half. Yes, Blair, I do stream in the playoffs. I stream all season long. Around now, lifted out through the middle. Toronto able to get possession back as we've got 1:25 to go in the 4-on-4. Skating up ice now. Leafs with it, trying to carry into the offensive zone. Nylander sends that one off the boards, gets it, collects it himself, wraps it around to Matthews. Matthews plays it back down low. Chasing after it, Morgan Rielly. Rielly trying to spin away from Ekblad. Can't get that puck cleanly out in front for Matthews as Bennett takes it away. And Bennett's able to muscle out to the neutral zone even though he has Matthews all over him. Leafs have it back in their own zone now as Rielly will pass it up. Down to 52 seconds left in the 4-on-4. 6.5 minutes to go here in the first period. And a nice shot there. Saved by Bobrovsky. Engvall ends up in the crease as he fell down and slid into Bobrovsky. Panthers come back the other way, though, as the puck's moved up ice. Here's a chance overshot. That one just ripped wide. What a chance for Mahura. But he wasn't able to get that on goal. Wow, so back-to-back, or end-to-end action we go here as these teams go up and down the ice. And it remains a 2-1 lead here for Florida. A couple of chances, one at each end there, but nothing in the net. And now we've got Radko Gudas going to the penalty box. So Gudas is getting an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and he just smashed the glass with his stick as well. And that's going to put Toronto back on the power play here. And Gudas is still absolutely furious in the penalty box. And he just picked up an unsportsmanlike conduct. That's going to make it actually now a 4-on-3 for the Toronto Maple Leafs. So it's a 4-on-3 for the Leafs now as the Panthers send that one all the way down. 6 minutes to go here in the first period as Rielly carries this one up, passes it off over the red line. Nylander, speed into the offensive zone, poked off his stick at the last second. It's played to the corner. Setting back up, Leafs have it. It's Matthews out high. 5 seconds to go on the 4-on-3. That shot attempt gets blocked. Nylander takes it along the boards. Panthers just not able to get it out past the blue line. It now goes 4-on-4 for the next 20 seconds. As that's going to do it for the first portion of the Leafs power play. So now it's back to 4-on-4, but it's going to go back to a Leafs power play once this next penalty comes off the board. So back and forth we go here as the 4-on-4 finally finishes up. And now it will be a regular 5-on-4 for the Toronto Maple Leafs with Gudas still in the box for the next 52 seconds. So we're finally getting close to back to 5-on-5. Engvall into the offensive zone. Cycles that one around. Back to the blue line. Toronto has it across now. Giordano to the middle. Played here, top of the circle. Nice save. Rebound chance, and Kerfoot scores. It's a tie hockey game. Power play goal for the Leafs. And Alex Kerfoot on the doorstep. Able to put that one home after Bobrovsky made the first stop, and this game is even again. And finally, the Leafs get a power play goal on what was probably officially their 5th power play chance of this period already, based on the short abbreviated ones that we had. Whoops, that's wrong way. The Leafs take advantage of that Gudas unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and they tie this game up at 2. And Toronto trying to keep it back in the offensive zone. Lomberg doesn't get it out. Here's Matthews with a shot. Glove save, Bobrovsky. Taken now, cleared out of the zone by Stahl. Back to neutral ice. Matthews gets hammered along the boards, but dumps it in behind the net. Bobrovsky backhands it up the wall. Matthews comes back and lays a hit on Gudas. Out of the zone, it's cleared there by Giovanni Smith. Played around now. Lomberg on the forecheck, but the Leafs spin it away. Oh, what a hit! Engvall gets absolutely crushed by Bennett. What a beautiful open ice hit there by Sam Bennett. Down it goes now. In the corner, move to the middle. Leafs keep it in out at the point. Long shot there. Bobrovsky with another glove save. And he'll cover that one with 3:53 to go in the first. And we are under 4 minutes to go here in period number 1. We already have 4 goals on the board. It is a 2-2 game. And we head to our final commercial break of period 1. Whew. This one, this game has been all over the place so far. A lot of penalties, a lot of goals, a lot of chances. This has been a pretty crazy first period. Radio Free, what is going on? Robert, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Good to see you in the chat. Yoshi Bros, thank you so much for coming by. Really appreciate it. Good to see you in the chat. I'm not scared of anybody in the playoffs, Blair. But yeah, Boston was able to win on Saturday. That was a big win. And then they absolutely destroyed Philadelphia yesterday. You did say take the over, Jeremiah. Yes, you did. And that was definitely the move. No, the shorthanded goal was awesome, Radio Free. All right, we're going to get a cheers in the chat. Let's go. Beer is ready. This has been a crazy first period. Hopefully it's a crazy rest of this game as well. We already got 4 goals on the board. And appreciate everyone being here. So here's to a great hockey game, a great stream. Thank you guys so much. Cheers, everyone. All right. Coming back from the commercial break as well. I hope so, Pablo. I mean, that's going to be a tough game for sure, but I hope the Kraken win. E-Man, what's going on? Welcome. Thanks for coming by. Good to see you in the chat. One off the draw. Leafs keep it in the zone. Long shot. And blocked down, cleared out by the Panthers. Hall back to get it with Giordano. Tavares in the neutral zone. Backhands it from the red line. Järnkrok chases in on the forecheck. Around it's played now. Marner to the middle. Trying to steal it away with Sam Reinhart, but Tavares breaks that up. Giordano keeps it in at the point. Leafs still in the offensive zone on the attack. It's finally up to Barkov. Barkov clears it out, will gain the red line and dump it in. Murray comes out to play it behind the net. Around it goes. Florida back regrouping in their own zone. 3:05 remaining in the first. And that pass doesn't connect. It's going to result in an icing call here against Florida. Leafs get another attacking zone faceoff coming up. Whew. So, Toronto still with 3 minutes to go here in the first period. Another attacking zone faceoff on the way. Trying to get a lead in this game. Tied 2-2 right now as that one splits the D out of the zone. Liljegren will take it and dump it right back in. Around now, it's lifted off glass and out. Brought up into the offensive zone. Down in the corner, Reinhart. Played behind the net by Morgan Rielly. It's David Kampf trying to get it out of the zone and eventually worked out to neutral ice. Dumped back in by Montour. Panthers have to tag up to get on sides, however, and with 2.5 minutes left in the period, it will be Liljegren out of the zone. Then he spins back at the blue line, plays over to Rielly, who clears, gains the red line, and dumps it in. Bobrovsky behind the net. Backhands it up the wall. Aston Reese is the only one there. Around it goes. Oh, big hit there on Denisenko as he gets knocked at the blue line. It's in, though, for Florida to the offensive zone. Trying to get it out in front. Denisenko back, looking for a play there. He gets crunched down in the corner. Gudas just whips it wide. Long shot for the point. They score again! What a shot by Josh Mahura! And I'm not sure how that found its way by Murray, but it goes over the glove hand, and it's a 3-2 lead for the Panthers, who are back on top. Josh Mahura just fires this thing from way out by the top of the circle, and it just clean beats Matt Murray over the shoulder. I mean, that shot was from a good 30 feet away, and it just flew right over his shoulder like he didn't really see it right away and was caught off guard by the shot and didn't have enough time to react. Mahura with a big goal here late in the first puts the Panthers back up by 1. Move to the middle now. Toronto trying to answer again. These teams have just alternated goals so far this game. Every time the Panthers have scored, Toronto's had an answer. We'll see if they can do it again here for a third time. Justin Hall with it up to Matthews. Through the middle, that pass attempt goes off of Reinhart's skate. It's taken by Lindell. Back to Reinhart. And he'll just push it into the offensive zone and chase on the forecheck. Around it goes. Hall in the corner. He's pressured by Verhaeghe. Eventually the puck's turned over, but Verhaeghe's backhand pass comes out to the neutral zone. Montour gets it back. Played over the red line. Carried up now. Trying to get it into the offensive zone. Montour with some speed. Passes in front. That one by Bennett. Just wide of the post. Bennett gets it back. Plays down low. In the corner with 47 seconds to go. Montour with a long shot that's blocked. Järnkrok first on it. Verhaeghe's all over him, trying to get it out of the zone. Pushing and shoving in front of the benches, but Toronto eventually comes away with the puck. Morgan Rielly gains the red line and dumps it in. Mark Stahl, he's chased. Heavy hit by Tavares on the forecheck, but Florida moves it up ice. Verhaeghe now against Hall. Chases into the Toronto end. Justin Hall spins back but loses it to Bennett. Back to Forsling with a blast. That's blocked in front. Rebound stopped by Murray, and we get a whistle. And now Matthew Tkachuk right in Matt Murray's top of his crease area there, stirring things up, but things settle down. It will be an offensive zone face-off for Florida coming up. Good cover there by Murray to keep that one out and control any second chance opportunities. Derek, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. "14 seconds left in the period. And linesman doesn't like that puck drop. They're going to redo that one. Ozone draw for Florida. And we might be resetting the clock here. Make sure that the clock is correct. Little bit of a delay. But it is. And Florida wins the faceoff back. Long shot wide. That one misses. Up the wall. Denisenko sends it back down around. Lusterinen trying to get on it, but it's played by David Kampf up and out of the zone. And that is going to do it here for period one. Horn sounds. And the first 20 minutes come to a close. It was a crazy 20 minutes of hockey. Not only a goal fest in the first period with 5 total goals scored, but also a penalty fest as well. As there were a lot of penalty calls and a lot of goals in this period. And it ends with a 3-2 Florida lead through the first. Still 2 more periods to go. We got the intermission coming up. Some time to hang out and chill, catch our breath a little bit here. A wild opening 20 in this divisional matchup. And we'll see if the rest of the game keeps up at this frantic pace or if things settle down a little bit. But that was quite a start. So Florida gets out of it with a 1-goal lead. Still a long way to go. This game is far from over. Appreciate everybody watching. Thank you guys so much for being here. Please don't forget, it really means a lot if you get that thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. I cover the entire NHL. Fans of all teams are welcome and wanted. We're just trying to build a hockey community where everybody can come together, enjoy hockey, and have some fun. Yeah, that was a crazy good period. Just back and forth, tons of action. That was a lot of fun. And hopefully that this frantic pace keeps up for the full 60 minutes. Riley, what is going on? Denver, welcome in. I honestly really don't care who wins or loses. It's a divisional game. It's a big game for both teams. I honestly really don't care. I'm just hoping for a good game that's fun to watch. And safe to say that first period was a lot of fun to watch for me. There's no doubt about that. That was a crazy 20 minutes. And I'm excited here for the intermission to be over and to get back into the action. Yep, doubleheader coming tomorrow, Luca. I'll be doing the Penguins versus Senators and the Avalanche versus Flames as well tomorrow. Hey, that's awesome, Seth. Yeah, representing the history of the game with the original 6. Hey, thank you, Austin. Really appreciate it. Andrew, what's going on? Welcome in. Good to see you in the chat. Thanks for coming by. It's been got see what else we got going on right now, because there are some other games going on around the league. Philadelphia has a 1-0 lead over Anaheim at the end of the first period. Honestly, Philadelphia looked so bad yesterday that I'm a little surprised that they're winning that game, but I imagine they probably came out with a much better effort tonight than what I saw yesterday. Washington also has a 1-0 lead at the end of the first period. They're up over the Minnesota Wild. And the Winnipeg Jets and Montreal Canadiens just played a scoreless first period That game is still 0-0. Coming up at 8 Eastern Time, Columbus plays Nashville. At 8:30, Buffalo plays Chicago. And at 9 o'clock Eastern, Detroit is in Arizona, and Seattle is in Edmonton. So that is your action elsewhere around the league. So... no, I did not, Heather. I didn't watch any hockey games last night. I went to the Bruins game and then went home and watched football last night. Wow, yeah, Martin Jones has been playing really well recently for Seattle. He had a couple shutouts last week, and the Kraken. Their winning streak got broken yesterday, but before that they had won 8 in a row. They were doing really well. What friend, BC Transportation? Hey, let's get some member hype for Joey in the chat. Let's go. Member for 19 months on the channel. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. That is awesome, man. So, Seattle is second place right now in the Pacific Division. 2 points back of Vegas for the top spot with 2 games in hand. So, Seattle actually has a very real possibility of winning the Pacific Division. They've got games in hand over Vegas and are only 1 win back. So, that's quite the battle going there with Vegas, Seattle, and LA. 58 points, 56 points, and 56 points with those 3 teams. They are all very, very close. And then Edmonton and Calgary are trailing back a little bit at 51 points. But yeah, it's not too early in the season now at this point to look at the standings. Like, the standings are important now, where teams are at. Maintaining playoff position versus trying to come from the outside in is, a difficult thing to do. So all of these games now are really starting to matter as we've crossed the halfway point of this year. And teams that are going to be playing postseason hockey need to, make sure they're bringing their A game and playing playoff level hockey. And the teams that are not going to be playing in the postseason, we're going to, the reason why is going to be shown over, these last few months and just the second half of the year. That, if you drop out, there's going to be a reason why. It's likely going to be because of how you play down the stretch. So, a lot of playoff battles still very much up for grabs, not only with seeding, but also with getting into the playoffs. I mean, the wild card races right now are huge. Washington's at 54 points, Pittsburgh's at 50. Those are your 2 wild card teams in the East. Then you've got the Islanders at 50, Florida at 46, Buffalo at 44, Detroit at 43. I mean, you've got plenty of teams that could still catch up. And then same thing in the Western Conference. You've got Edmonton and Calgary in the wild card spots at 51 points. Colorado's at 47. St. Louis is at 47. Nashville's at 46. Those teams still could end up catching up as well. So there's a lot of battles going on and a lot still to be figured out over these last 40 whatever games these teams have left. Some teams only have about, 38 or so left as well. Daredevil, what is going on? Welcome in. Oh, well, that's pretty much all of my friends, BC Transportation, but you're probably talking about Brody. He's doing fine. Oh, yikes. Vegas is going to lose Mark Stone to injury. Man, it seems like he's getting hurt a lot here these last couple of seasons. That's a tough blow there for Vegas. Avatar, what's going on? Great to see you in the chat. Thanks so much for coming by. Really appreciate it. Peter, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Good to see you. Honestly, Luca, I don't remember off the top of my head. I don't think so, though. I don't think so. I don't remember a Vancouver matchup yet, so I would lean towards no. Yeah, Morgan Riley has always gotten a lot of flack from Leafs fans. Morgan Riley has always kind of gotten a lot of flack from Leafs fans, and for the most part, he's been a very, very good defenseman for them. So I don't know. He seems to just be a guy that they like to turn on very quickly. Bruins at Canucks is in February. I have no idea who's going to win, Alex. If I knew who was going to win, I wouldn't bother watching the game. But definitely not the first period that Toronto was hoping for, but they're still very much in the game. Like there's 2 full periods left and it's a 1-goal game. Either team is more than capable of winning this. Yeah, I heard that too, Derek. I saw that on Twitter that the Flyers were going to be getting new jerseys home and away next year. So we'll see. I haven't seen any what's the word? Any real check mark source say that. I've only kind of heard the rumors, but we'll see if they have new jerseys next season. Yeah, I mean, I still think that Colorado is going to get it together at some point. Like, they've had so many injuries this year. They certainly have not had the season that they were hoping to coming off of the Stanley Cup win. But I don't know. They're only 4 points back. They have 3 games in hand over both wild card teams in the West. Edmonton and Calgary have played 45 games. Colorado has only played 42. So they've got games in hand where they can make up points. They're only 4 points back. I still think at some point Colorado is going to get themselves back on track and at the very least get into the playoffs. I'm not saying that, they're just magically going to turn into the same Colorado team that we saw last year, because that's not the case. They've lost some key players from last year's team, but I think that they're still gonna at least get into the playoffs, and I wouldn't count them out just yet, especially if they can get some players that have been out injured back late in the season. That could be the March, April push that they need to at least just snag a wild card spot. Because I don't see Dallas or Winnipeg dropping off anywhere. Like, I think Dallas and Winnipeg have been the top 2 teams in the Central this season. So then it becomes, you've got Minnesota at 52 points. You've got Colorado at 47. St. Louis is also at 47. Nashville's at 46. I mean, they're all really tight with each other. Edmonton and Calgary control the wild card spots at 51 points. Like, it becomes an absolute dogfight for those last playoff spots, which is exactly what you want as a hockey fan, is for the playoff races to be really close and really exciting right down till the end of the season. So, I mean, it's definitely what the league wants, all these teams that are going to be battling it out for every win that they can get. Rangers and Panthers fan, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Yes, I think pretty much everybody knows, Seth, that the Jets are the former Atlanta Thrashers. Who doesn't know that? Yeah, I don't trust St. Louis to be consistent at all. I don't think St. Louis gets in. I just don't trust them at all with how unbelievably streaky and inconsistent they have been this year. So I don't think St. Louis gets in. I think Colorado has a real shot too. I'm still not gonna count out the Avalanche yet. Until they're mathematically eliminated, I don't think I'm gonna count out the Avs just yet. Yeah, Dallas is going to be really tough, Bruce. Absolutely. They've got a world-class goaltender in Jake Ottinger, who's one of the best young goalies in the league. And they've got a team that's scoring a lot more goals this year than they have in the past. They're not the, defense, real only defense first, shutdown team that wins games 2-1. Like, they've got a legitimate offense that can score goals this year. And that's going to make them really, really tough to beat. I mean, they're one of the highest scoring teams in the league this season with 156 goals. And, and they've got a great goalie in Ottinger and a very solid overall team defense as well. Dallas has 59 points for a reason. They're a tough hockey team. Depends on if St. Louis decides to sell or not, Jay. Tarasenko and O'Reilly are both on expiring contracts. There's been talk that, if the Blues feel like they're not going to make the playoffs this year and they can get something back for those players, then they very well could end up getting traded. But if not, that's just going to be a general manager decision as to whether they want to move on from those guys or if they want to stick it out for the rest of the season and try and get into the playoffs. Gabriel Landeskog is not back for the Avalanche. He is still out injured. He has not played a game this season. Baker, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Good to see you in the chat. Not anytime soon, Rangers and Panthers fan. He's still got a few years left on his contract, so they're certainly not trading him. So, I mean, you're not going to be seeing Connor McDavid on any other team anytime soon. I think if that ever does happen, it's going to be when his contract is up, which has another 3 years left on after this one. So he's not a free agent until 2026. So yeah, if he does ever play for another team, it's not going to be anytime soon. I do not know. I'm not sure about Nichushkin, but I know that Landeskog has not played a game yet. We're about to start the second period here. Looks like Nichushkin did return for Colorado in their last game, so Val Nichushkin is back for the Avalanche, but Landeskog is not. And at least that's one key player back in the lineup for Colorado. And again, I still think that they're a team that can get hot in the second half of the season and have us all forgetting about how mediocre they've been in the first half if they get hot in the second half and go on a run. All right, here we go. Lining up for the second period. We're going to get back into the actual game going on. And Teams are lined up here at center ice. The Florida Panthers carry a 3-2 lead into period number 2. It was an absolutely crazy first, and we'll see what the middle frame is going to bring us here as these teams get ready to go. Really appreciate everyone watching tonight. Thank you guys all for coming by. Please don't forget, it helps a ton if you can hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. We got like 90 people watching. Hopefully we get 90 likes on the video. And we get back into the action now. Thank you guys again. As right off the face-off, we're going to get a penalty here to Toronto. And looks like Matthew Tkachuk caught a stick up high. That is going to result in a power play here for Florida. And this was literally right off of the face-off. He gets hit with Bobby McMahon's stick right off the draw. And McMahon will head to the penalty box. Florida, the man advantage, trying to extend the lead to 2. Just 5 seconds into the second period. Dennis, what's going on? Welcome in. We've waiting to line up here for this face-off. Leafs are still over talking to the referee. Now we're going to go. Barkov will take it in the attacking end against David Kampf. And kind of a stalemate off the draw. Eventually worked down to the corner for Giordano. And he'll clear it himself all the way down. A good early start to the penalty kill here. And an early clear for the Leafs as Reinhart plays it back in his own zone. Florida trying to garner some speed up through neutral ice. Barkov over to Tkachuk into the offensive end. Down low, back to Barkov. Plays it out high. Along the sideboard. That's stolen away by Marner. Here's a chance for Mitch Marner breaking in shorthanded. Oh, he tried to pass it off but couldn't connect. Marner tried to go with the backdoor pass for Kampf but couldn't get it through to him. And the Leafs take possession out as they kill more time. But they are not able to put that one home. It remains a 3-2 game. Wow, good opportunity there for Toronto. Shorthanded, but they don't score. And it's dumped back in behind Bobrovsky, who will play it to Ekblad. Up now, through the neutral zone. Around the boards, Jordy Ben sends it up the wall. Not able to clear. Kept in there by Bennett. Around down low. Ends up in the corner. Tkachuk after it. Liljegren pokes it away from him. And Toronto once again clears it out of the zone. Not much happening here for Florida so far on the power play. Here's Reinhart with it. He'll play it down below bottom of the circle. Back out to Montour. Still 25 seconds left on the power play. There's a shot from Barkov and he scores! Sasha Barkov picks the corner on Murray, and it's 4-2 Florida as they extend the lead to multiple goals for the first time tonight. And Barkov goes high blocker side over the shoulder of Matt Murray on that one, and it is 4-2 Florida as they extend the lead to 2 goals. And a big power play goal there for the Panthers. What's going on, Eddie? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Good to see you in the chat. Thanks for coming by. We are getting a goaltending change. Matt Murray is out. Ilya Samsonov is in. And bye-bye Matt Murray. Not his night tonight, as he was getting picked apart in the upper portion of the net. Like, Florida was just scoring goal after goal after goal over his shoulders. And that gives the Panthers now the 2-goal lead. We're just about 2 minutes into the second period. They're back into the offensive zone. Trying to get it out is Toronto, not able to. Played down low for Luostarinen. Around down now, Bunting along the wall. Ekblad gets knocked down. Keeps it in the zone, though. Timmins trying to work it away. Up the boards it goes. Florida steals it back. They win the board battle. Here's Forsling. Redirected just wide as Denisenko got a stick on that one in front. But it went wide of Samsonov, and now Toronto can finally clear. Nylander with speed. Up into the offensive end. He fires one in on Bobrovsky, who blockers it away. And back out the other way, Mahura will dump it in for the Panthers. Around now it goes. Toronto back in their own end. 17:15 to go here in period 2. Panthers lead this one 4-2, despite being outshot 15-8. Around it goes. Gudas in the corner as the forecheck of the Leafs gets going. Gudas works it up to Lomberg. Lomberg chips it to the middle. They're able to carry out of the zone. Back the other way. Dumped in here by Florida. Morgan Riley takes it. He gets hammered down below the goal line. Back out in front. Here's a chance, and Samsonov is able to grab that one. And now Riley and Lomberg get into it. Giovanni Smith joins in. And that draws a little bit of a crowd as the Panthers were poking away at Samsonov there. Samuel, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Offensive zone faceoff coming up now for Florida. Around now, it's lifted out into the offensive zone. Mark Stahl, chased by Engvall, works it up the boards. Toronto keeps it in. Second chance now for Florida. Bennett gets it up to by Verhaeghe, but it's sent back the other way by the Leafs. Engvall getting in heavy on the forecheck. Worked around now up and out of the zone. McMahon trying to hold it, but he loses that one. The Panthers go offsides, though, entering the zone. And we'll get another whistle with 16:22 to go and a neutral zone draw on the way. Line change coming here for the Panthers as they get fresh legs on the ice. Face-off will be right in front of their bench. Around it goes now down low. There's Giordano. He gets pasted along the wall. Puck squirts loose to Hall. And the Leafs are able to muscle that one out to the neutral zone. Nylander trying to get it in deep, not able to. Justin Hall with it now will throw it in, but the Leafs have to get on sides. 15:50 to go here in the second. Forsling gains center ice. Into the offensive zone. Lundell with a shot. That one's blocked by Timmins. Timmins with a hit on Reinhart, but he works it around. Not able to keep it in. The blue line was Florida, so now they'll chase back to their own zone. Mahura with it. He'll switch with Gudas. Look for a passing play as he gains the red line and just decides to dump it in. Forecheck coming now. Cousins. Denisenko in there. Back the other way. And knocked away in neutral ice by the Panthers. Gudas with a big hit along the boards. Down in the corner. Played out, kick to the middle, taken by Kerfoot, gets it back to Aston Reese, who backhands it in front. Rebound chance for Kerfoot, but Bobrovsky comes across to make a big save. Another sent in down low there, Dryden Hunt after it. He takes it in the corner, able to get it away from Denisenko, plays it to Kerfoot, who has Gudas all over him. Back to Hunt now. Good shift here for the Leafs' fourth line, as that shot from Liljegren flutters into Bobrovsky's glove. And we get a whistle now and an offensive zone draw coming for Toronto. That is the kind of shift that the Leafs needed, and they get it from their fourth line. That will result in the attacking zone face-off. We're just under 15 minutes remaining here in period 2. Around now, down in the corner. Lifted up and out there by Florida. Lomberg chasing against Hall. Finishes his check on him, but the Leafs move the puck back in. Tavares with a shot. Wires that one that's deflected up into the netting. And we get a whistle here with 14:36 to go in the second. And face-off coming up now here. Offensive zone draw for the Leafs as Tavares will come in to take this one. Off the draw. Spin around shot there by Marner. That one ends up in the corner. Now we got a penalty call coming. It's going to be against the Panthers as they finally touch up in the corner, and it looks like Sam Bennett is going to pick up his second penalty of the night. As the referee is sending Sam Bennett to the penalty box for high sticking, and that is going to put Toronto on the power play. So a big opportunity here now for the Leafs to try and get back within one with the power play goal. Donna, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Good to see you in the chat. 14:26 to go here as the faceoff's won back by Toronto. Moved over there. Marner down to the corner. Played down there. Tavares trying to dig this one out. Played in the corner and lifted to the blue line. Out of the zone. Back the other way now. Good clear by Florida. Taking it now. Bunting into the offensive end. Back on the rush here for Toronto. Plays it to the point. Here's Nylander. Works it down the sidewall. Looking for a pass in front. Nothing there. Takes it behind the net. Tries to get it through to Matthews, but that's stolen and cleared out of the zone. Good penalty kill so far for the Panthers. Still a minute 15 to go, however, as Matthews carries this into the offensive zone. Passes over to Bunting, who gets it right back to him. Toronto trying to get set up in the attacking end. Now it's over now. Michael Bunting loses that off his stick. Florida steals again. And that one's cleared all the way down. A good kill so far here as the Panthers continue to do what they need to do. 50 seconds left on the power play as Matthews carries back up ice into the offensive zone over to Timmins. Timmins back to the point. Long shot there from Riley gets blocked. Yarncrook plays it along the wall. Lustarinen's all over him. Gudis in there as well. Yarncrook knocks it loose. Back to the point. Over now to Timmins. Timmins in front looking for Matthews there. Couldn't get the shot cleanly through on Bobrovsky. Around now. Taken by Yarncrook. Final 20 seconds of the man advantage. 12:43 to go here in the second. That's cleared all the way down by the Panthers. And Toronto is running out of time here on the power play as we're down to 8 seconds remaining. And they're not even able to get this puck up ice. That is pretty much going to do it here for the man advantage opportunity as we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Engvall fires a long shot wide. Bennett's out of the penalty box, and he plays the puck up and out of the zone. Lands a check again in front of the benches as the Panthers take possession back. And that's dumped in. Samsonov will play it to Liljegren. Pass to the middle. Up the wing to McMahon. Out of the zone into the offensive end. Here comes Kerfoot. He gets hammered down low by Montour. Montour comes away with the puck, and he's going to send it back out to neutral ice where the Leafs will send it right back in. Off of a leg now. That one ends up down below the goal line. Bobby McMahon plays it over. Camp with a shot. Good chance there, but it gets blocked. Kerfoot back to the point. Over now Liljegren. And Tkachuk gets his stick in the way of that one. It's deflected into the netting. And we get a whistle. Up and out of play. We'll head to our first commercial break of the second period with 11:37 to go in the middle frame. Florida has extended the lead to 4-2. So they're looking for a big road win against a divisional opponent here in Toronto. And Toronto, obviously, just looking for that next goal, trying to put together a comeback. So that brings us to a commercial stoppage here. We can look at some other scores around the league. We've got Philadelphia and Anaheim now tied 1-1. Washington has a 2-1 lead over Minnesota. Winnipeg and Montreal is also tied 1-1. And a scoreless start to the Columbus and Nashville game. They are just less than halfway into that first period. So those are your other games going on that have started. Let's see. Connor, what's going on? Yes, welcome in. 80s forever, welcome in. Appreciate you guys coming by. Good to see you in the chat. We've got a pretty wild game going between Florida and Toronto in this one, but Florida does have the 4-2 lead. We're not even halfway through this game yet, and there's already been 6 goals. There's been a lot of scoring. There's been a lot of penalties in this game. It's been no shortage of things to talk about with what's happening in this one tonight. Yes, Matt Murray gave up 4 goals and got pulled here early in the second. And it is now Ilya Samsonov in goal. Nikhil, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. And right off the draw, that's lifted up and out. Justin Holl backhands that one right into the Leafs bench. And that's going to be another quick whistle. And now we got Justin Holl and Ryan Lomberg going at each other a bit here. Jordy Ben has something to say about that, which means Jamel Smith comes over to get into it. And things are finally starting to get a little bit spicy here between these two. Holl and Lomberg, after the play, exchange a couple of cross checks, and then Ben and Smith join the party as well. And now there's going to be a center ice face-off here. It's won back by the Leafs. And that one's dumped in, down to the corner. Up the boards. Lomberg not able to poke that one by Holl. And that's lifted all the way down. Lomberg takes it now, offensive zone with Giovanni Smith. But they're calling it offsides. Wow, it's another penalty here on the Panthers. A hooking call. As Lomberg goes to the penalty box. This has got to be like 7 power plays now for Toronto. And Lomberg did get his stick right in the hands there of Calle Jarnkrok. What's going on, Preds fan? Welcome in. Thanks for coming by. Really appreciate it. And another power play here. Bobrovsky has to make an early save as the Leafs get another man-up opportunity. I don't know, Heather. I don't have the stats in front of me. I'm just going off the top of my head. Yeah, this is the 6th power play, they just said. It's the 6th power play of this game here for the Leafs. Behind the net now. Riley's got to start it back up ice. Toronto through the neutral zone. Now they drop pass. Speed from Matthews over the red line to Marner. Marner turns it over again. That doesn't connect, but Matthews is back this time. He gets walked there by Lindell, but able to get back, and the Leafs break it up before Anton Lindell can get a real opportunity out of it. Still a minute 15 to go here on the Toronto power play, but they almost just gave up another shorthanded goal. Down low in the corner, move through the middle. Here's Marner. Back to the point. Under a minute left here on the man advantage as Toronto sets up in the offensive zone. That one sent to the corner. Matthews back to the blue line. Across now to Marner. Marner plays that one through. Riley to Marner. Marner along the wall, waiting for something to open up. Plays it down low. It's taken by Tavares. Tavares tries to pass to Riley through the middle. It's stolen away and cleared out by the Panthers. Rafa, what's going on? Young Milo, welcome in. Yeah, I mean, the Leafs are at home in this game. I can't imagine the fans are very happy with what they're seeing so far tonight. Wow, we get an icing call here against Toronto. They just iced the puck on the power play. They just iced the puck on the power play. The faceoff will come all the way back to their zone. And it'll be an offensive zone faceoff for the shorthanded Panthers. 17 seconds left on the power play. 9:24 to go here in the second period. And Toronto fans are getting a little bit impatient here with their team tonight. They're not happy with the first half of this game. Here's a chance now. Järnkrok passes over to Liljegren, out high to Engvall. Full strength as the power play comes to an end. Lomberg is out of the box. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey, but the Leafs still have it in the offensive zone. I think they're probably going to lose first round like they always do, Luca. As it's taken back there by Liljegren. Back the other way now. Here's Toronto into the offensive zone. McMahon with a shot that's blocked. Rebound chance and a huge pad save there by Bobrovsky. What a stop there from Sergei Bobrovsky. The Panthers played up the ice now. Out of the zone. Lundell can't get it by Justin Hall. Wow, that was a monster save from Bobrovsky with the left pad. And a very important one, keeping this a 2-goal game. Around now, Gudis takes a hit in the corner. Here's Kerfoot with it. Back to the point. Long shot there by Ben. That one misses wide. Around it goes. Back out high. Long shot from Kerfoot off glass. David Kampf trying to get to it, but it's taken away and cleared by Barkov as he passes over to Gudis. Gudis backhands it out of the zone. And we'll get an offsides here with 7:43 to go. And we'll get a whistle. Florida with the 4-2 lead. 7:43 to go here in the second period as we're more than halfway through this one. Panthers trying to stay on top while Toronto's trying to start the comeback. Leafs are getting booed in their own building right now. They're going to have to try and find some offense quickly and get themselves headed back in the right direction of this one. But we get a commercial break now. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Good to have you in the chat. Please don't forget, it really helps a lot if you hit that subscribe button and thumbs up as well. Cover the entire NHL, so fans of all teams are welcome and wanted here. Just trying to build a hockey community where everybody can come together, enjoy hockey, and have some fun. Yeah, the game is not over yet. We're only in the second period, so this game is not over yet. Still a long way to go. But Florida is up by a couple right now. The Leafs definitely need the next goal of this game. Definitely need the next goal. Philadelphia has taken a 2-1 lead over Anaheim. Minnesota has tied up with the Capitals 2-2. Montreal has taken a 2-1 lead over Winnipeg. And Columbus and Nashville remains 0-0. Starting within the next 10 minutes or so will be Buffalo and Chicago. They are the next game to drop the puck. I don't think the Leafs are getting Horvat. Would he help the Leafs? Yes, absolutely. Do I think the Leafs are going to get him? No, I don't. Chad, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Hey, that's cool, Luca. That will be a lot of fun. Behind the net now, Samsonov gives that one away to Verhaeghe up the wall, but as he threw it back into the middle, Samsonov was able to just scoop it up with the glove before Tkachuk could get to it. So 7:43 now to go here in the second, an offensive zone draw for Florida. Florida still only has 10 shots on goal in this game, but they've scored on 4 of them. And that's really the difference right now, is the fact that Bobrovsky has stopped 23 out of 25, whereas Toronto is happy to even just get a save with the way that it's gone in net for them tonight. Around now, down low, trying to dig this one out. Forecheck pressure from Bennett and Tkachuk. Verhaeghe in there as well. McMahon trying to poke it away. They get it to the point, but not out. Montour keeps it in. Panthers stay on the attack. Here's a long shot through traffic that deflects wide. Hey, Chad with the 5. Let's get some dono hype in the chat for Chad. Welcome in, and thank you so much for the dono. Really, really appreciate that. Brandon, what's going on? Welcome. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. And now we get another penalty to Sam Bennett. And Toronto is going to get their 7th power play of the night, as they call Sam Bennett for interference. And Paul Maurice is giving it to the referee here. Paul Maurice is not happy. And that was brutal. This is getting absolutely brutal, with the Leafs getting power play after power play. And now the referees are talking about it, they might be taking this penalty away. The referees are talking about it. Engvall literally threw Samsonov's stick into Sam Bennett. Like, literally took the goalie's stick and shot it into the skates of Sam Bennett. And now it's a penalty on Liljegren. So they take the penalty to Bennett away, and now it's a penalty on Liljegren. So it'll actually be Florida with the power play here. This is getting so weird. These referees look absolutely confused as to what is even happening. Why did they put Bennett in the box in the first place? Like, what referee, why would there ever have been a penalty to Bennett in the first place? Sam Bennett did absolutely nothing there. Why was he even in the box? I mean, at least they finally corrected the call, but Sam Bennett never should have been in the box in the first place. He didn't do anything. Finally, the referees get it right for the first time, and we have a power play here for Florida as they set up in the offensive zone. Leafs need a big kill. 6:20 to go here in the second. And that is all the way down. So thank God they finally got that right. Cross now played here, back the other way. Panthers trying to carry up ice. Ooh, that one floated in on Bobrovsky. He had to be paying attention there. Panthers go back with it. Here's Ekblad through the neutral zone. Into the offensive zone. Tkachuk pass across, and not able to get that through was Verhaeghe. Back to Ekblad now. His attempt gets blocked. Kerfoot loses his stick. Not sure if it broke or not, or if he just lost it. Looks like he got it back, so he just lost it. It's played now by Verhaeghe. And Ekblad fires it up and over the bar. Around now, Ekblad with another shot. Samsonov makes a save on that one. And he makes that stop with the shoulder, covers it up. 5:14 to go here in the period. Wow, Samsonov got a cross on that Verhaeghe shot. I didn't know it got all the way through. I thought it was blocked. But Samsonov got across and made an awesome pad save there. Boy, Ilya Samsonov has looked very, very good since coming into this game for Matt Murray. He has made a couple of huge saves. 20 seconds left on the Florida power play. Moved across. That one's too far in front of Luostarinen. And that's lifted out of the zone, cleared all the way down by Toronto. And that is pretty much going to do it for the power play. And full strength. We are back to 5-on-5 hockey, as it is all even again. Worked out high now. Forsling with it. Long shot there. Knocked down in front. Redirected on goal, but Samsonov is in good position and is able to make the stop with 4:39 to go in the second period. And that is now going to bring us to our final commercial break of period number 2. And no scoring since way back towards the beginning of the period. Florida got the 4th goal back early in the second, and we haven't had a goal since. Barkov scored 1:41 into the period, and things have been quiet on that front since then. However, where it has not been quiet is the penalties continue to rack up here. There have been, 6 minor penalties against the Panthers and 3 minor penalties against Toronto. So 9 total penalties in this one so far. And we're not even starting the third period yet. So the penalty minutes have racked up as much as the goals have. Well, it was Matt Murray and Sergei Bobrovsky, Andrew, but Matt Murray got pulled, so it's Samsonov now. No, Luca. The Flyers are not making the playoffs. No. The Flyers can beat bad teams. They're not going to be able to beat enough good teams to make the playoffs. They're just not. Their game yesterday against the Bruins was a good example of what happens when they have to play a good team. Sure, they can beat Anaheim. I mean, everyone can beat Anaheim. They're not going to win enough games against good teams to get into a playoff spot. So we're finally back to 5-on-5 hockey now as things even out again. We're down to 4.5 minutes to go in the second period. And Toronto's trying to work this puck out of their zone while the Panthers have it in deep on the forecheck. Denisenko in a big battle there with Jordy Ben. That goes to the corner. Timmins in there now as well as Luostarinen. And this puck still hemmed in along the wall. Panthers happy to play a board battle game. Ben knocks down Denisenko there. Now we got Matthews getting into it with Cousins. And now Bunting comes over at Cousins and drops the gloves. And everybody comes flying in the corner as Bunting goes after Nick Cousins, who got into it with Matthews, and now it's a full-on 5-on-5 in the corner. Everybody comes in as Bunting gets Cousins down to the ice, and Matthews wants nothing to do with it. He stands off on the side and watches while everybody else fights. And Bunting was trying to get at Nick Cousins there. I don't know if this is a game. This isn't the kind of game that Toronto wants to get into with Florida. Because Florida's got a lot more big guns when it comes to throwing punches than Toronto does. Especially without Simmons in the lineup. If you're Toronto and you start getting guys like Giovanni Smith and Ryan Lomberg involved in this kind of stuff, those guys are going to wipe the floor with any Leaf in a fight because Simmons is not in the lineup tonight. So I don't know if you want to play this game if you're the Maple Leafs. The Maple Leafs are not a tough team. They haven't been for the last how many years? I mean, Florida's got a lot more firepower when it comes to throwing punches. So the Leafs are, Bunting is not, he's fine going with Nick Cousins. He does not want to go with Giovanni Smith or Ryan Lomberg. That's for sure. This is going to be all even. They're going to get two guys from each team here. Bunting and Matthews goes to the box. Stahl and Cousins go to the box. And it all matches out and stays 5-on-5. It's going to be interesting to see Ryan Lomberg's next shift. Because If Lomberg wants to make things spicy here, he's certainly willing to do that. As Bennett fires that one up into the netting. Gudas could do it. Smith obviously can do it. Florida's got some guys in that lineup that I wouldn't want to fight personally. I think Wayne's just scratched. He's not in the lineup tonight, Andrew. They've got Dryden Hunt back in. Obviously, Aston Reese is playing on the fourth line. Toronto ices the puck here with 3:27 to go. Offensive zone faceoff coming up here for the Panthers. I mean, Tkachuk certainly can if he wants to. But if I'm Matthew Tkachuk and your team's up 4-2, I'm letting the fourth line guys handle the physical stuff. Tkachuk at this point doesn't really have a reason to get involved that way. With his team up by a couple of goals, I would let the fourth line guys handle that, and let Giovanni Smith and Ryan Lomberg do the dirty work. Heavy forecheck there from Verhaeghe, but Riley ducks the hit. Coming back the other way, here's Engvall over to Aston Reese in the offensive zone. And Toronto back with it in the attacking end. Working that one back to the point, Justin Hall. Heavy hit down low there. Florida trying to work it out. Good job by the Leafs keeping it in. Hall plays it at the blue line, but it rolls away from him, and Florida's finally able to clear. Toronto comes back the other way. Here's Engvall. His shot gets fired, blocked, and now Gudas with a big hip check on Engvall. And Gudas and Aston Reese is trying to get Gudas to go, but Gudas won't drop the gloves. And Zach Aston Reese here throws a punch at Radko Gudas. Gudas won't drop the gloves. And Aston Reese is going to get a penalty. This is going to put Florida on the power play. As Gudas lands a big hip check on Pierre Engvall, Aston Reese doesn't like it. and tries to get Gudas to fight, but Gudas won't fight. Just looks at him. And Aston Reese drags him to the ice. And that's going to put Florida to the power play here, it looks like. And Gudas is on the bench laughing. Gudas is literally on the bench laughing about it. This, oh boy. A playoff series between these two would be a lot of fun. I think this is their first game of the season against each other. I would love to see a playoff series between these two. Florida goes to the power play here. 2:15 to go here in the period. Back into the offensive zone. Trying to make it 5-2. Works back out high. Here's Montour, top of the circle. Florida cycling it around in the attacking end. What's going on, Red Rubber? Welcome in. Vincent, good to see you. Thanks for coming by. Really appreciate it. That's cleared all the way down by the Leafs penalty kill. Dan, what is going on? Welcome in. So this game is getting nasty here in the second period, just like a divisional game should. And we'll see if the spiciness continues in this one, as that's cleared all the way down again. Florida not getting much going on this power play. Brought up now, Bennett. Can't get that one deep. 50 seconds to go on the power play. Florida still struggling back in their own zone. Final minute 10 of the second period. Game is still 4-2. Move to the middle. Here's Montour. Down low for Lindell. He can't get the pass across as Jordy Ben is able to slide across and block that one. Back out high. 50 seconds, to go here in the second. Worked back out. Final 20 seconds of the power play. There's a shot. That one gets blocked. Rebound chance for Verhaeghe. Can't get that one through on goal. Back the other way comes Kerfoot. Leafs have it, and they'll just dump it deep. Final 10 seconds of the power play. Toronto's pretty much killed it off. 30 seconds to go in the period. Through the middle into the offensive end. Power play is over. We're back to 5-on-5 as Lindell fires a high shot. Coming back the other way. Leafs into the offensive zone. And flying into the post there is Aston Reese. And that's going to be a penalty now, I believe, against Florida. As Aston Reese gets driven into the net there as he was trying to drive in on goal. And Radko Gudas hammers Zach Aston Reese there as he was going to the net and drove him right into the post. And Gudas is going to go to the penalty box now with 14 seconds left in the period. And it is going to be a power play now for Toronto. So Florida just had a power play with Aston Reese in the box, and now Toronto's going to have a power play with Gudas in the box. So Gudas gets a charging penalty here. There's no goal on the play because the puck never crossed the line. The net also just got hammered off its pegs. Marco, what's going on? Welcome. Thanks for coming by. Really appreciate it. So 14 seconds to go here in another very eventful period. This game has been absolutely wild. Leafs trying to score and get back within one. Played down low. along the wall. Final 7 seconds of the period. Leafs have to hurry if they're going to get a chance. It's Nylander to the middle. Shot there. And they score! Austin Matthews with 1.1 seconds left on the clock. And Toronto is back within 1. It's a 4-3 game. And a power play goal for Austin Matthews. Gets the Leafs back within 1 here. As this absolute roller coaster game continues to go back and forth. And there is 1.1 seconds to go here in the second period. I'd put the fourth line on the ice here if I was coaching. I'd make things spicy, and I'd put the fourth line out here. Looks like they might be double-checking the clock potentially, but... Oh, now they're looking to see if maybe the net was knocked off the peg. Oh, they're looking to see if this net was off. But if it was off, Bobrovsky knocked it off. Bobrovsky knocked his own net off there. See, that should count. If the goalie pushes his own net off, then it should count. You can't let the defensive team just knock the net off and take away goals. That should count as a goal. Bobrovsky, nobody even close to touching him, just knocks his own net off with his skate there. Yeah, that's a goal. Absolutely a goal. The defending players cannot knock their own net off to try and take away a goal. Like, no, that's a goal. Absolutely the right call there. That is a goal. 2 seconds left here. And that is going to do it as period 2 comes to an end. And that is the end of period 2. What an absolutely crazy game this has been. As we still have 20 minutes to go, we're headed to the second intermission. It is a 4-3 lead for the Florida Panthers, as these teams both exchanged goals here in period 2. And it's a 1-goal game heading into the final 20 minutes. This is, yeah, I mean, absolutely axy. Very much like a playoff-style game. Great physicality to the second period. Lots of skirmishes, some almost fights, just exactly the way a divisional hockey game is supposed to be played. And, oh yeah, a lot of goals as well, as we already have 7 goals in this game and haven't even started the third yet. So, very high-scoring one here tonight, and a very physical game here tonight as Florida and Toronto continue to go back and forth. So that will bring us now to the end of the second. Thank you guys all for watching. Appreciate everyone being here. Please don't forget, it helps out a ton if you can hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't yet. I cover the entire NHL, so fans of all teams are welcome and wanted here. We're just trying to build a hockey community where everybody can come together, enjoy hockey, and have some fun. And we've got a very fun third period coming up here between Florida and Toronto. with a 1-goal game heading into the final 20 minutes. This one is still anybody's to go out there and win coming up in the third period. Yeah, absolutely, Luca. This should be a game that goes right down to the final few minutes. It's just been back and forth, back and forth. Yes, Heather, they are brothers. Jordy and Jamie Benn are brothers. We can check in on some other scores going on around the league. I'm not sure if any of the other games going on have been as wild as this one, but Philadelphia has a 3-1 lead over Anaheim. Minnesota has taken a 3-2 lead over the Washington Capitals. Montreal is up on Winnipeg, 3-1. That's a bit of a surprise there. Columbus and Nashville is still 0-0. And Chicago has taken a 1-0 lead over Buffalo. And, boy, that's a game that Buffalo really would like to have. And I think that's the one thing about the Sabres this year. That's the one thing about the Sabres this year that I think is going to leave them just outside of the playoffs, is that when they're hot, they're really good. And they look like a really good team when they're playing well. But they go through these spells of, 3, 4, 5 games where they're just not playing that great. They lose to some teams that they probably shouldn't lose to. And there's just some big ups and downs with the Sabres still. And they're very, very good when they're on. But when they get off, they lose some bad games. And I think ultimately, come the end of the season, a few of those losses are going to catch up with Buffalo. And obviously, it's only the first period. They've got a long way to go tonight. They can still easily come back and beat Chicago. But, that's one of those games where if you're the Sabres and you're going to be a playoff team, you can't afford to lose. So, we'll see what they do the rest of the night. But there's been too many instances this season where Buffalo's just lost some bad games that I think is going to ultimately leave them on the outside of the playoffs looking in. Third period is going to be massive, Austin. This is still anybody's game. Anybody's game here heading into the final 20 minutes. It is going to be a very fun third. Hey, I hope so too, BC Transportation. This has been, particularly the second period. I don't think the first period really wasn't overly physical, but the second period really heated up, and that's exactly how it should be. Divisional games should be like this. This has been one of the most fun games that I've watched this year. I've watched a lot of hockey this year. I think we're pushing towards 70 games that I've watched this season. Probably, actually, we're over 65 that I've streamed. So if we count games that I've watched but haven't streamed, we're probably over 70 games so far this season. And this has definitely been one of the wildest ones and most fun games of the season so far. Professional sports, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. No, they do not have the power play anymore, professional sports, because they scored on the power play. It's back to 5-on-5. Once you score on the power play's over. No, Matthews made the game 4-3 with 2 seconds left in the period with a power play goal. Toronto literally just tied it with 2 seconds left. I didn't watch the end of the game, Dan, so I don't remember what it was. I don't know what the final score was. It was a blowout. It was a blowout. Oshie missed the open net to tie it. That sucks, Jeremiah. Well, there's still like 16 minutes to go in that game. They got a long way to go. Oh, Philadelphia has made it 4-1 over Anaheim. So, looks like Philadelphia is bouncing back from their drubbing they took yesterday. And they're beating Anaheim now 4-1. Buffalo has tied the game against Chicago. 5 minutes left in the first period, and the Sabres have tied that one up. Also, Philadelphia is out shooting Anaheim 31-17. So, looks like that game hasn't been even really been close. Flyers with a big bounce back performance after getting their absolutely asses handed to them yesterday by the Bruins. Anaheim is very, very bad, Jeremiah. Anaheim is very, very bad. They're the worst team in the Pacific Division. I don't think they're the worst in the West. No. Chicago is the worst team in the West, but Anaheim is second worst. And yeah, Anaheim is the second worst team in the league in general. They're the second worst team overall in the NHL right now. So, them in Chicago, very, very bad. Yeah, well, there's a difference, Mike, in losing to the Bruins and not even putting in an effort in the game, not even showing up and losing 6-0. There's a big difference there. Philadelphia was absolutely pathetic yesterday. Looked like a team that didn't even belong in the league. And obviously they've been much, much better tonight against Anaheim. Let's see. Washington's gone to the power play. Capitals are on a power play now. Big opportunity there to try and score. Third period. So Philly, Anaheim's in the third period. Minnesota, Washington's in the third period. Winnipeg and Montreal's in the third period. Columbus and Nashville's in the second period. And Buffalo, Chicago is still in the first period. Detroit and Arizona will be dropping the puck anytime. And Seattle versus Edmonton will be dropping the puck anytime as well. So those are the last two games of the night to get started. Nick, what is going on? Welcome in. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate it. We're getting ready for the third period to start here. Probably still a few minutes away, though. But big final 20 minutes on the way as Florida holds a 4-3 lead over Toronto. But there's still a full 20 to go in this one and a lot of time for more goals to be scored in this game. We've had a lot already. Also, guys, don't forget tomorrow I'll be back streaming with a doubleheader tomorrow night. Pittsburgh Penguins versus Ottawa Senators at 7 Eastern Time. And then Colorado Avalanche against the Calgary Flames out west at 9:30 Eastern Time. So pretty much right after... right as soon as the Senators-Penguins game ends, we'll go right into that Avalanche-Flames game. Yeah, absolutely, Mike. I think Florida can hold the lead. I also think Toronto has a chance to come back and take this one. I mean, this is still anybody's hockey game with a full 20 minutes to go. Anybody's game. Ellen Z, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Yeah, Axie, I would imagine for Panthers fans, this is going to be a long 20 minutes for sure. I can't imagine that it's going to be a lot of fun just watching that clock tick. There are probably, with the way that this game has gone, actually, there will probably be plenty more penalty calls coming in the third period. I would say at least 3 or 4 penalties coming in the third overall. Wayne, yes, Pittsburgh has been a pretty streaky team this year. They've gone on some really good runs, and then they've gone on some streaks where they've really struggled. So Penguins have been extremely streaky, absolutely. Brian, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Good to see you in the chat. Appreciate you coming by as always. We are getting ready for third period action. Florida and Toronto. 4-3 hockey game with 20 minutes to go. And it looks like we're going to be starting this third in just a couple of minutes. This has been a very fun game so far. Very back and forth. It's gotten physical. It's gotten heated. We're in for a wild final frame. I hope you guys are excited for this one. And about ready to drop the puck here on the third. That's funny, Brian, because I heard the Lightning were looking at Luke Schenn. I mean, I imagine any team looking to add defensive depth would be looking at Luke Schenn. He's played relatively well in Vancouver on a team that overall isn't very good. I would imagine any team that's looking to add a defenseman at a lower cost option, as opposed to going out and trying to get some, rather than trying to spend big money or a lot of assets on like a top 3 guy. If you're looking for more of a depth pickup, Schenn is a fantastic option for your bottom pair and a guy with a lot of playoff experience and a lot of years in the league. So I imagine that there's going to be quite a few teams giving Vancouver a call asking about Luke Schenn's availability. Good veteran guy with some toughness in a playoff style of play for the bottom pair. PTW, what's going on? Welcome in. We have just dropped the puck as period 3 begins. Panthers deflected into the offensive zone. And I guess they didn't deflect it because that's called icing. And that means nobody got a stick on it. And we got a whistle just 7 seconds into the third. And an offensive zone draw for Toronto on the way. Luke, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Long shot. That one blocked in front. Ends up along the wall. Played there by Verhaeghe. Lifted out to the neutral zone. Into the offensive end. Florida gets it back in deep. Liljegren will play it to the corner. Forecheck for Florida comes in. 30 seconds into the third. And that's cleared. Outlet pass. In for Nylander behind the D. And Nylander gets held as he tries to drive the net. They're going to give him a penalty shot. And Willie Nylander, able to get in behind Gustav Forsling, is going to get a penalty shot here and a chance to tie this game up at 4. Just 34 seconds into the period. And a huge chance now for Toronto as Nylander is going to get a penalty shot as Forsling wrapped him up as he went to the net. Denied him the scoring chance, but now it is a big opportunity for Nylander. So Nylander now waiting for the official. Says that he can go. Takes it on the forehand. Goes a little to the left, back to the middle. What a move! Oh, he misses it up and over the bar. Nylander tried to pull it to the backhand, but he goes up and over the bar with it, and this game remains 4-3. Just got a little too much under it. Wade, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Welcome in. Awesome to have you here. So that is no goal on the penalty shot for the Leafs, and it will now be an offensive zone face-off for them. They win it back. Over now, Giordano. His shot attempt gets blocked. Reinhart's able to muscle that back out to the neutral zone. Florida still leads this one 4-3. And that one's deflected up into the bench area. We get a whistle with 19:10 remaining in the third and a face-off on the way. We'll see if it's in the neutral zone or if they put it back in the Leafs' end. Depends on where that was originally cleared from. It was right around the blue line. Looks like it was from the Leafs' end, so it becomes an O-zone draw for the Panthers. Behind the net now. Giordano over to Yarncrook. Back to Giordano. Carried up. Neutral zone into the offensive end. Around now in the corner, up the boards. Played there by Giordano through the middle. Nobody home. Cousins first on it. Florida trying to start a breakout. Behind the net, Mark Stahl takes the hit to backhand it up the wall. It's kept in out high, but on the second chance, Denisenko is able to clear it out. And it's dumped in now by Cousins as he chases on the forecheck. Timmins plays it for Toronto. Outlet pass in front of the Leafs bench. Marner gets stood up by Smith and will just dump it in high to Gudas. Gudas plays it off glass. Able to get it out to the neutral zone. Brought in now to the offensive end. Florida on it. Smith to the corner. Around it goes, up the wall. Played there by Eric Stahl. Trying to cycle it back down low, but the Leafs pin that along the boards. Jordy Ben now gets hit there by Giovanni Smith, but is able to move the puck. Nylander through the middle into the offensive end. He fires a shot wide. Gudas sends it up the boards and out of the zone. Gaining the red line is Matthew Tkachuk. He'll carry in. Doesn't have much help yet, but then gets it a cross shot there. Oh, what a glove save by Samsonov. As Samsonov able to reach out and snag that with the glove on Forsling after a great pass from Tkachuk. Had a good lane to the net and was able to rip one in. But it remains a 4-3 game as Samsonov makes a huge stop. Still a one-goal hockey game. Offensive zone face-off on the way here for Florida. But the Leafs win it back and get it out. Cleared now through the neutral zone. Ekblad D to D. Forsling up the wing. Cleared out by Verhaeghe to the red line. Leafs take possession back, trying to work it in their own zone. It's stolen away again by Tkachuk. Panthers looking to dump deep, not able to. Across now. Into the offensive end. Florida drives back to the middle, trying to get a pass through to Bennett, but that's stolen away by Morgan Riley. And David Kampf takes the puck now. Leafs get it back to neutral ice. Dryden Hunt not able to dig that one away, and Florida will dump it right back in behind Samsonov. Plays it over to Riley. 17 minutes to go here in the third. Still a good amount of hockey left to be played as Hunt carries in. He fires one off of Bobrovsky, who blocks it aside. Reinhart takes a big hit there, but gets it out of the zone. That was Bobby McMahon with the hit. Played out now, neutral zone. Through into the offensive end. Sasha Barkov with it. Barkov spins back. Around now, shot there, high over the bar. Kept in by Mahura, but then it's poked away by Kerfoot, and he chases out to the neutral zone. Played now Giordano, back behind his own net. Leafs trying to break it up ice. Toronto with 28 shots on goal, but only 3 on the scoreboard. Florida's got 4 goals on only 16 shots. Leafs looking for that tying marker as they'll pass it now through the neutral zone, over the red line into the offensive end. Nice stop move there by Marner. He gets it over to Tavares. Tavares works in there. Save Bobrovsky. Wrap around Bobrovsky. Keeps that out as well. What an opportunity for the Leafs, but Bobrovsky is able to sprawl across the crease and make the save. Taken now back in Florida offensive zone. Stolen on the back check by Toronto, but then Tavares can't get it out. Second chance they do clear to the neutral zone. Forsling will just chip it back in. Played behind the net. Leafs starting to break out. Here's Connor Timmins. 15-20 to go here in the third as Matthews into the offensive zone. Goes to the corner against Lomberg. And Lomberg shoves down Matthews there. Matthews strong on his skates, though. Gets right back up and continues working this puck along the wall along with Bunting. Bunting and Lomberg with a little exchange there. Ekblad eventually comes away with it. Backhands it up the wall and out to the neutral zone. Florida clears. Just over 5 minutes into this third. Toronto trying to get it back in on the attack. Austin Matthews dumps it down low. Bunting against Stahl on the forecheck. Matthews in the corner. Digs it out. Bunting takes it down low. Back out in front. There! That one's blocked on the way through. And Giovanni Smith will finally get it out of the zone for Florida and send it all the way down. However, it's going to be icing as that came from behind the red line. And that's going to leave the fourth line of the Panthers stuck out there. Offensive zone faceoff for the Leafs on the way. Ryan, what is going on? Welcome in. Thanks for coming by. Good to have you in the chat. Appreciate it. Boy, still a one-goal game. This is going to come right down to the end, isn't it? Around it goes. Back out. Giordano fires one wide. Reinhart first on it. Backhands it all the way back again to the Leaf zone. And that's going to go for icing. As they whistle that dead, Lundell could not win the race. 14:08 to go here in the third. Toronto still pushing, looking for this tying goal. Around now, one back. Long shot there from the point. Puck is loose and bounces into the net. It hits somebody in front. And the Leafs have tied the game at 4. The long point shot off of the face-off win. Bounced off the pile of bodies in front. It looks like Nylander might have had the last touch on it. And there was a ton of traffic in front of Bobrovsky there, and eventually the rebound bounces off of Nylander and into the net. Toronto has tied this game at 4. And a huge goal there for the Leafs as we are back even with about 14 minutes to go in the third period. And Nylander gets his 23rd goal of the season. 14:01 remaining in the third. And this game is tied as these teams continue to just go back and forth. Taken now into the offensive zone. Leafs back on the attack. They're buzzing now in the attacking end. Out to the point. Long shot from Riley gets blocked. Not able to get that one out again. Aston Reese down low. He takes a hit from Gudas. Worked in the corner, now through the middle. Played at the blue line. Morgan Riley keeps it in. Long shot there, gets blocked in front. Lundell doesn't clear the zone. It's kept in again by Toronto as they've got all the momentum here in the puck in the offensive zone. Panthers finally clear it to neutral ice. Both teams will use this opportunity to get line changes. 13 minutes to go in the third period. This game is 4-4. Panthers trying to steal now in the neutral zone, but the Leafs eventually able to get it in deep to the corner. Ekblad sends it up the wall. Denisenko gets it out past him, and it's fired right back in by Jordy Ben. Panthers clear to the red line. Ben will regroup for Toronto. He has the puck that's played by Nylander. Nylander away from Denisenko. We have 12:25 now remaining here in the third period. Is played up by Ben. He's going to dump it in. Around it goes to the far side. Forsling first on it to Ekblad. Ekblad wraps that around the glass, and it's carried out finally to the neutral zone. Marner back. Gets it to Giordano as the Leafs retain possession. And they'll carry back up through neutral ice. Marner into the offensive zone with Tavares. Tavares fires a shot wide. Loose puck to the Panthers. Back the other way. Here's Verhaeghe. In behind Verhaeghe. Oh, what a pad save by Samsonov. An incredible stop on Carter Verhaeghe. And this game remains 4-4. Panthers back on the attack. Offensive zone. Out in front. Cleared away by Justin Hall. To the corner. Verhaeghe with it. Trying to get away from Giordano. That pops up into the crease. Loose puck. Leafs get to it and are able to carry it out of the zone. Back the other way now into the offensive end. It's Yarncrook. He gets hammered there by Mark Stahl. Florida goes back the other way over the red line into the offensive zone. Played by Montour. In front there, and Riley's first on it in the corner. Up the wall and out. Another big hit by Montour, but the Leafs are able to clear it out. Panthers regrouping now in their own zone. 11 minutes to go in the third period. 4-4 hockey game. Around now. Panthers trying to get it back in the attacking end. Reinhart to Barkov. Barkov shot attempt gets blocked. Here comes Yarncrook the other way with McMahon. And McMahon will lead the forecheck against Mahura. Gudis can't do anything up the wall with that. McMahon comes away with a puck behind the net, looking for a play in front. Back to the point. Timmins across now to Ben. Jordy Ben with a high shot, and that goes high off glass. Timmins keeps it in. Toronto swarming again in the offensive zone. Looking for a lead. Deflected through. That one just sent wide. Florida still can't get it out of their end. It's Ben with it. Down low for McMahon. Out in front, Bobrovsky just pokes that to the corner. Gudis not able to get it up the boards and out. Stolen back again by the Leafs, who are completely outskating the Panthers right now. Back to Timmins, and another save by Bobrovsky. We tick under 10 minutes to go in the third period. Moved out to neutral ice. Lifted off glass and dumped in by Cousins. Timmins back to get it as he will start the breakout from behind the net. Leafs back through the neutral zone. Over the red line into the offensive end. Played to the middle. Taken now by Luostarinen. He'll try and get away from Nylander. He does. Carries into the offensive zone, but loses the puck off his stick to Giordano. Around now. Cleared to the line. Panthers keep it in. Shot attempt deflected to the corner. Heavy hit there by Denisenko. Now Stahl trying to get it back out in front. Samsonov pokes it away. 9:10 remaining here in the third as the Leafs clear it out. Florida will get it back in their zone. Toronto outshooting Florida 32-18 in this game. But the game is tied 4-4 on the scoreboard. The Leafs have the last 2 goals to come back and tie it. Around it goes now. Bennett on the forecheck in the corner. Taken to the middle, up to Engvall. Engvall with it now over the red line. Dumped into the offensive end. Big hit there on the forecheck. Chance in front. Engvall! Bobrovsky makes a huge save on that one. Leafs have it now. Attacking zone. Move to the middle. Long shot through traffic. Blockered away. And gloved as he catches the pop-up. Sergei Bobrovsky with another big save. And we're finally going to get a whistle and a commercial break. A chance to catch our breath here as this game is all tied up at 4. Florida and Toronto. What a hockey game in this divisional battle. This has been so much fun, and it is not over yet. As we are down now, under 10 minutes to go in period number 3, and a wild finish in store with these two teams. Thank you guys all so much for watching. It's awesome to see you in the chat. Hope you're enjoying this game. Thank you all for being here. Please don't forget, it really helps the channel a ton if you can hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't yet. I cover the entire NHL on this channel. Fans of all teams are welcome and wanted here. We're just trying to build a hockey community where everybody can come together, enjoy hockey, and have some fun. And boy, am I having fun with this game here tonight. What a fantastic back and forth game we have seen. Florida and Toronto alternating the first 4 goals, and then Florida getting the next 2, and now Toronto getting the next 2 after that to make it 4-4. And we still have about 8.5 minutes to go here in the third. Still plenty of time for more goals to be scored. We'll see if somebody wins this in regulation or if we get an overtime game here tonight between these two, which is certainly not out of the realm of possibility. Also, if you Florida fans might be scoreboard watching a little bit, Buffalo has taken a 2-1 lead over Chicago. So Buffalo is 2 points behind the Panthers with 3 games in hand. So if Florida loses and Buffalo wins, then Buffalo could actually take that 4th spot in the division from the Panthers, who just got into 4th yesterday by beating Buffalo. But Buffalo can steal that spot back if the Panthers lose in regulation and Buffalo wins. So something to keep an eye on with an out-of-town score there. As off of the face-off, we're back underway. Florida's into the offensive zone. but Lundell not able to do much with it. Marner back to the D-man. That's Giordano across to Hall. Now through the middle, Tavares into the offensive end with Marner. Back to Tavares, and a huge save by Bobrovsky as he's able to get across and make a big stop on JT. And we get a little bit of a gathering after the whistle there, but it breaks up rather quickly. 8:07 to go here in the third. And another attacking zone faceoff for Toronto on the way. Bobrovsky just does enough with the blocker to get that stop and then squeeze it between the arm and his body to control that rebound and keep this game tied. Leafs have definitely had the better third period here between these two. Florida, in a lot of ways, just seems like they're trying to hang on to this one. But Leafs, again, offensive zone, setting up the attack. Long shot there. Bobrovsky has to make another stop. And we get a whistle with 8 minutes to go here in the third. Around now out to the neutral zone. Morgan Rielly regrouping. Played to the middle, taken here by Liljegren. Leafs trying to start the breakout up the wing. That pass, though, is a little bit offline. Panthers keep it in. Here's a chance for Florida. Across now, Tkachuk. High out by the tops of the circle. His shot gets blocked, and the Leafs come back the other way. Into the offensive zone. Aston Reese, his shot gets blocked. Big hit there by Gudis, knocking down Engvall. And it's out to the neutral zone, cleared there by Florida. Lifted back the other way. Played along the wall by Mark Stahl. 7:10 to go in the third. Moved back out there. Long shot. That one gets blocked. Leafs trying to clear the zone. They do. Out it goes to the neutral zone. Montour back with it. D to D. Plays it up the wing. And it's dumped into the attacking zone for Florida. Leafs trying to exit. Florida doesn't want that to happen. Here's Luostarinen. He's able to keep it in for now, but on the second chance, the Leafs do clear. 6.5 minutes to go here in the third period. Game tied at 4. Benjamin, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Around it goes. Down in the corner, played by Smith. He tries to get a pass into the middle for Cousins, but that's stolen away by Bunting, who carries it up ice. Gets it in behind Forsling and will chase on the Force check. Around now into the offensive zone. Lomberg comes back the other way, but he's hit by Rielly. Leafs take possession as Kerfoot comes back out, passes it across ice. Dryden Hunt trying to win the race, but not able to. And we get an icing call here. 5:51 to go in the third, and it is still 4-4 with just under 6 minutes remaining and an offensive zone faceoff for the Panthers on the way. Jagnor, what's going on? Welcome in. Thanks for coming by. It's played now top of the circle. Shot attempt gets blocked. Leafs are going to get it out of the zone. Toronto gets a line change. Dumped all the way to the corner. And that's icing against Florida as that came from behind the red line. So another quick whistle here. And now it will be Toronto's shot at an offensive zone faceoff. Taken now along the boards. Lifted out of the zone, cleared to neutral ice by Florida. Oh, Reinhart gets pasted there by Jordie Benn, and the Leafs come back the other way. Montour with a hit on Tavares. JT chasing now on the forecheck in the offensive zone. Panthers trying to get it out, not able to. 5:15 remaining here in the third period. Toronto with it out by the red line. And they just throw it right back into the Panthers zone. Around it goes, lifted up, kept in there at the blue line by Matthew Tkachuk for Bennett. Bennett with a shot attempt that's blocked. Marner and Hall getting in the way there. And Hall sends it now up and out of the zone. No icing, it goes back to the Florida end for Ekblad. Ekblad carries it, passes to Bennett into the offensive zone. Florida back on the attack. Over now, Tkachuk to the point. Forsling fakes the shot. Plays it to the corner. Verhaeghe now along the half wall. Back to Forsling. He fans on the shot attempt. And Toronto's able to come back the other way. It's Morgan Rielly. Rielly into the offensive zone. Drop pass for Nylander. Nylander tries to get it across, but it's offline for Kerfoot. What's going on, Stuart? Welcome in. Thanks for coming by. Good to see you in the chat. Around it goes now. 4 minutes to go in the third period. Game still tied at 4. Both these teams looking for the go-ahead goal. And Verhaeghe's able to lift that out to neutral ice. Line change on the way for both teams. Backhanded up now into the offensive zone. Camp sends it to the corner. Stahl plays it around the wall. Kick to the middle. Leafs get possession back. It's Benn. Jordie Benn up to Camp. Deflected into the offensive zone, but Ekblad sends it right back out. 3.5 minutes to go here in the third period. Playing it here is Pierre Engvall. Engvall chased back to his own zone. Gives it to Timmins. Over to Benn. Benn across ice for Engvall. It goes off his skate, but he'll get in on the forecheck against Stahl. It's taken in the corner now by Aston Reese, who cycles it down low. We got bodies all kinds of tangled up in front. And eventually they break away. Leafs are back in their own zone with 3 minutes remaining in the third. Toronto starting the breakout, trying to carry this one up now. Deflected back into the Panthers end as Mahura gets checked by Yarncrook. I will say the Leafs have played physical tonight. They've brought a chippiness to their game, a physicality to their game that you don't always see from Toronto. And this has been a playoff-style game from a physicality standpoint, and the Leafs have hung in there and brought it. They've done a very good job in that regard. As that puck deflects up and out of play. And with 2:30 remaining here in the third period, Florida and Toronto, 4-4, will be an offensive zone face-off for Toronto when we get back from our final commercial break of this one. And what a finish we are in store for here with this game tied up. But thank you guys again all for watching. It's awesome to have you here. Please don't forget, it really helps a lot if you can subscribe and hit the thumbs up button. I cover the entire NHL on this channel. Fans of all teams are welcome and wanted, and we're just trying to build a hockey community where everybody can come together, enjoy hockey, and have some fun. Have a good night, Heather. Thanks for watching. It was great to see you. Have a great night. So, Philadelphia has gone final 5-2 win over the Ducks. Minnesota beat Washington 4-2. Montreal upsets the Winnipeg Jets with a 4-1 win. Game's still going on. Nashville has a 2-0 lead over Columbus. Buffalo is up on Chicago 2-1. Detroit and Arizona is scoreless late in the first period. And Seattle and Edmonton is a 1-1 game also late in the first period. So that is your other action from around the NHL tonight. So we are gearing up for the final 2.5 minutes here of this third period. Does somebody win it in regulation? Definitely possible. Does this game go to overtime and we have to get extra time here? Also, with this little bit of time left very much a possibility as well. But no matter what happens, it is going to be a crazy ending for what's really been a crazy game as a whole between the Panthers and the Leafs tonight. This has been a lot of fun to watch. Ryan, what's going on? Welcome in. Thanks for coming by. Good to have you in the chat. Colin says it's going to overtime. I mean, that's certainly a possibility with only 2.5 minutes to go. We'll see what happens here. Neutral zone face-off. And Bunting kicks it back to Matthews, who plays it to the D. Leafs are right back into the offensive zone. On the forecheck, trying to keep it in, not able to. Reinhart comes back the other way. Panthers after it, offensive zone. Up the boards, played there. Down to the corner. Captain, nope, Florida's not able to keep it in the attacking end, but Mark Stahl will throw it right back in behind Samsonov. Around it goes. Hall goes D to D. Here's Giordano starting the breakout. Carried up now to the middle. Marner trying to get it back, but Verhaeghe will throw it back in behind Samsonov. We're down to 1:40 now in the third period. Blake, what is going on? Welcome in. Out in the neutral zone. Played. Ekblad stands up at the blue line. Both teams trying to dig this puck loose. Florida comes away with possession. Around it goes, up over into the offensive end. Taken here by the Panthers. Looking for the go-ahead goal down low. Good check by Liljegren. And Riley's going to take the puck and carry it out now for the Leafs. Flips that up into the Florida zone. But that's going to be icing as it came a good 5 feet behind the red line. And that's icing against Toronto with 1:10 left. And an offensive zone face-off coming now for the Panthers. Noah, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining in the third. Offensive zone draw for Florida. One to the corner. Leafs trying to work it out, but a forecheck pressure comes in here from Denisenko and Eric Stahl. Florida gets it deep behind the net. Riley trying to dig it out. He sends it up the boards and is able to clear it to neutral ice. Big clear there for Toronto, getting out of their zone. Brought up now with 47 seconds remaining in the third period. That's dumped in by Montour. And that's lifted up and back out of play as we get a whistle with 41.9 to go here in the third period. And this game is still tied up at 4. The home team is Toronto, Mike. This game is in Toronto tonight. Toronto has been better in the face-off dot tonight. One now down low up the boards. Leafs not able to get it out. Here's a chance for Florida. Tkachuk! And he rips that one just wide of the far post. Good opportunity there for Florida, but they don't get it in on goal. Anton Lundell now checked in the corner. 20 seconds to go. Tkachuk gets it back to the point. Mark Stahl sends it back deep. Panthers with it out high. Played here. Long shot from Montour. Glove save by Samsonov. Leafs get to the rebound. And that's lifted out of the zone. Leafs get it back into the Florida end. This game is going to overtime. Final 2 seconds tick off the clock. And 60 minutes of hockey was not enough. 60 minutes is not enough as we are going to get OT action here between the Panthers and the Maple Leafs. What a wild game this has been. So much fun to watch. And we are getting some extra action as we'll have 3-on-3 overtime as soon as we get back from this commercial. And it's all going to come down to who scores the next goal. Both teams get 1 point, but we'll see who's going to get that all-important second point in this one. Aaron, what's going on? Welcome. Otto, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Good to have everybody in the chat tonight. Really appreciate you all coming by. It's been one hell of a hockey game, and we're in for one hell of a finish here as we head to OT. It's great to have you guys all watching. If you're new here, I cover the entire NHL on this channel. Fans of all teams are welcome and wanted here. I stream all season long as well as through the playoffs, and just try and have as much fun as we can here and enjoying NHL hockey. So, Florida and Toronto 4-4 going to OT here. Nico, overtime is 3 minutes of 3-on-3, and then if nobody scores during the did I just say 3 minutes of 3-on-3? It's 5 minutes of 3-on-3. And then if nobody scores in the 5 minutes of 3-on-3, it goes to a shootout. I was thinking about threes too much. It's 5 minutes of 3-on-3, not 3 minutes of 5-on-5 or 3 minutes of 3-on-3. It's 5 minutes of 3-on-3. And then it's a shootout. Hey, thank you, Blake. Appreciate it. Dominic, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Good to see you in the chat. They are getting ready to drop the puck. Yeah, nobody asks at the end of your career if you've how you scored the goals. They care more about how many goals you've scored, and they're not all pretty, but they all count. As off the face-off, Toronto gets possession, and they will have the puck here early to start the overtime. Holding now behind their net, trying to break it out up ice. I was at the game yesterday, Aaron. It was fantastic. But brought up now through the neutral zone. Here's Marner into the offensive zone. Taken now, top of the circle. Leafs with a chance. That's poked away from Marner. Around now, lifted out past Matthews. He'll chase it all the way back to his own zone. 4:15 to go in overtime. Taken now by Morgan Riley into the offensive zone. And no, he actually spins back at the blue line, so they'll control it neutral ice. Leafs looking very methodical here with puck possession in overtime. Not rushing anything, not turning the puck over, just making possession plays. Yeah, Dominic, I'm hoping that it's a great game. It should be a lot of fun for sure. Senators and Penguins tomorrow night is going to be a fun stream. Brought up now into the offensive zone. Panthers trying to get a shot off there was Bennett, but wasn't able to get it on goal. It was poked away. Now it's back out to the neutral zone. Bennett carries back in, 1 against 3. Finally drops it back for some help along the sidewall. Played now. That one gets blocked. Taken by Timmins. 3:15 to go left here in overtime as the Leafs carried up now in through the neutral zone. Nylander into the offensive zone. He drives wide, gets behind the D, and he scores! Willie Nylander puts the cap on this one. It's a 5-4 win for Toronto as they come from behind from 4-2 down and score the final 3 goals of the game to take it in OT. What a move by Nylander. What a great play there by Nylander as this one goes final, and he just drives it in behind the D, is able to cut through the front of the crease and tuck it around the pad of Sergei Bobrovsky, and that is the end of this one as Toronto comes back and wins it 5-4. All right, so that's going to do it for this one here tonight. Thank you guys all for watching. Shout out Blake. Thanks for stopping by. But appreciate everyone coming by tonight. What a hockey game. I'll be back tomorrow for a doubleheader. I'll be doing the Pittsburgh Penguins against the Ottawa Senators, and then the Colorado Avalanche against the Calgary Flames right after the Penguins and Sens game ends. So that is going to be a fun one tomorrow. 2 games coming, and a big week of hockey continues. So thank you guys all so much. It was awesome to have you tonight. Hope you enjoyed the game. It was one of the most fun games that I've watched this season. I've seen a lot of good ones. And hope you guys enjoyed this stream as well. Thank you guys so much. Really, really appreciate it. And with that, that's going to do it for me tonight. I'll be back tomorrow for the Penguins and Sens, and then the Flames and Avalanche. Should be a couple fun games with that one. And with that, have a great night, everybody. Please don't forget, it really helps out a lot if you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't. I cover the entire NHL, so fans of all teams are welcome and wanted here. And hope you guys have a great night, a great day tomorrow, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Good night, everyone. See you guys next time.